to Geek-Ass Chat. I'm Shirley,
Christy,
and
Janaea.
Yay! She's our special guest, and she is here. So basically, we're here to review When They See Us, directed by Ava DuVernay. It's a miniseries on Netflix. So we're just gonna talk about like what we overall liked in the miniseries. Basically, maybe like 3 things. I could go first if you want me to. So what I liked in the miniseries was just, okay, it's kind of hard because it's a very difficult topic, but I liked that she just made them seem like kids, you know, and that's who they were. They were just kids. They weren't like thugs or criminals the way the media was saying and all that in like real life and what people thought of them. They were children, you know, they were like teenagers. And she brought that out amazingly when the first like couple like scenes in like the first episode. I really like that. I love, as tough as it was, because it was hard bringing out I guess what the cops were doing, like, you know, like beating, like torturing them, getting them confessions that they weren't true, just to be like, oh yeah, it was true, just getting them to lie and everything so they could get blamed for the like the rape and everything. Like, yeah, so it was hard, but I did like the fact that she showed that like this was what really happens in real life and what happened to them. Also, you know, just getting to see life after prison too was interesting in the 3rd episode for 3 of the main guys. It was 4 guys. Actually, the 4 guys. It was interesting seeing their life after prison and how hard it is to get jobs and moving on, and people saying like, oh, you're a criminal when you're not, you're innocent, and just getting their innocence taken away from them because again they were kids. And also Corey's episode was really the hardest to watch, but I really appreciate the fact that she focused on him in the last episode. So I don't know, did you want to bring up, I mean, I bring up a lot.
Okay. No, I love a lot of the things that you talked about. One thing that I really liked was the title, because she talked about it. There's like an interview she did with Oprah where they talked about the title, and I really love that she made the title When They See Us, like the overarching theme versus like Central Park 5 or like something specific to the case, because it really taps in. I think our goal was to tap into a much bigger problem, like the justice system itself. And this is just like one way that the justice system has failed young black men. And so I love that she chose the title, because I think that sparked a lot of conversation versus it just singling out this one incident. So I like that. I also like what you said in terms of how she reminding me that they were kids, so the flashbacks that she would do. So like with Antron, like back when he was just having a burger with his dad, and Kevin when he was playing the trumpet and he was checking out, like those moments where before all this happened, they were just kids who had dreams, who had a life, who maybe didn't even see past like their teenage years. So I love how she does flashbacks to like remind us that even when that chaos was happening and people were trying to make themselves into these adults and these animals, that they were just kids. So I like that she did those flashbacks to remind people of that. And then also showcased how hard it is, like, for ex-convict to be able to get back on their feet. And she touches on that. Ava DuVernay, I love everything that she does. She does have a documentary called 13 that touches on that. So the 13 is essentially an amendment that they didn't okay slavery, but they transformed how it's treated, basically with the prison system. And they almost bet on making it difficult to have basically fair recidivism, meaning having people go back. So they're banking on it being difficult. They're banking on them coming back and getting free labor and being able to kind of continue that cycle. So I like how they show how easy. And one of the Raymond actually ended up kind of going through that cycle because it was so difficult, and we saw how hard it was, and it wasn't for lack of trying. So I like that she showcased that as well, like the after effect. And then I also love how she expanded on Corey because he was there the longest, and I think just how he the role he played, right? So somebody who wasn't, I mean, not that the other ones did it, but he had like absolutely no involvement. He really came in to be supportive and ended up, just because of his age, getting the longest sentence, and what he went through that period of time, and the strength that it showed to go through that, and to go into adulthood in that situation. It was intense, like it was very hard, but that was, I loved that she spent time on him, because he did have a longer experience, but I loved the way she
No, also, bringing up Corey, she showed him when he was in, what was it called? When he was in solitary? Confinement. She showed him like having like fantasies and stuff, but they're like kid fantasies because you forget he was a kid.
Yeah.
So he was like hanging on Coney Island with his like girlfriend, I think. And that was just so depressing and sad because yes, he was a child. This is what he's gonna think about, you know.
And it makes you wonder about people who are in the prison system who go in at an early age. The last thing they remember is their childhood. So then do they even get an opportunity to grow, develop as adults? Or are they really just their childlike selves, or you know?
That's the only life they know.
That's the only life they know. So for me, I watched the fourth one first because my dad was watching it. It was so impactful, it just drew me in. But don't watch the fourth one first because it's the most intense and really emotional episode. But it was amazing. Jamal, what's his name?
Jerome.
No, I know I was saying it wrong. Jarrell Jerome, the actor Jarrell Jerome, was amazing. He just took me through Corey's story, and I felt like I wanted to like break through the screen and just punch everyone. I mean, I really wanted to punch people.
Yeah,
I really wanted
like,
to go to the
legit.
screen and punch people. But anyways,
Even the jury.
Right? I was mad as hell when I saw that he won that jury. I was like, really, y'all?
right?
Really?
He was amazing. She took him from that childhood, his teenage years, into the adulthood in the prison. The way she directed that actor to help him fulfill Corey's character was just on point. I have never seen something like that within one episode. And the relationship between Corey and his mother within those really intimate scenes, but almost not intimate, because even when they were talking, they couldn't even touch each other. But there was that one scene where she came finally after some time, and he just wanted to hug her, and they hugged, and he was getting all emotional and screaming. I just broke down and cried. My chest was hurting so bad. Those scenes between him and the mother is Nash.
Well, the actress?
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy.
Niecy Nash.
Nancy Nash. There you go.
Okay. Niecy Nash was amazing. I want to see her more in stuff like trauma roles like this. I just was enthralled by her character alone, even though she didn't really have too many scenes. But it was just just going back and forth between the two was amazing. And I just hope that you take the time to really like watch these episodes, not all at one point, not together, maybe separate them by weeks or something, just so you have time to really release anything that you got from the film, because it's really hard to watch.
I like the relationship between Corey and his sister. Yeah, that was really powerful stuff. That's so sad.
And when she had, like, that was a hard moment when they found out about that.
Because you felt that they loved each other. Yeah. I don't. Did you want to bring up what we thought? You know, like we were talking about the Oprah interview, and what was his name? Antron. Yes. He was saying how that was sad seeing what he was going through, because he's still feeling it. I mean, they're all feeling it, but you could feel his pain from the way he spoke, I guess. Like his relationship with his dad, I don't think he ever forgave him for what he was saying. But it was interesting because in the miniseries, it looked like in the third episode, it looked like he did, but we didn't. You know, we were getting confused by that. I think that's what we were talking about. So it was like kind of felt like, because I thought he he forgave him, but in real life he didn't. So I don't know. It was just maybe a confusion right there, all that stuff. But he didn't say in the show that he forgave him. So I don't know. But all the actors were really good. That's what I wanted to bring up. They were all phenomenal, actually. Like the little kid actors, they were so good. Yeah. I mean, do you guys want to bring up anything else from the
It's
show?
just if I don't, Jerome is not nominated for anything.
He needs to be nominated.
No,
all of them.
All of them,
Him,
him especially.
All of them, but him
Flipping
especially.
table.
Yeah, how the hell?
Ava needs to be
Ava
nominated.
needs to be like, come on.
After
What
Selma,
she did.
what? How do you not
was
nominate
stupid.
her Oscars? Now I better see a nomination Oscar. For the love of me, contacting me every day during that season. What the glove?
Like, come on, man. They be nominating stupid ass people.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, do you wanted to bring up like organizations?
Yeah,
and stuff?
I was just thinking that, the system is broken. And there are organizations out there trying to either, I don't want to say fix it, but really reestablish the system so that it is really not for the people, not something that is just detrimental and holds people of color back. Because the system right now is about making money, about keeping
I think that's what Ava
people-
said though.
people.
That it wasn't broken, but that it was just made like that. Didn't
Yeah.
she say that? Like it was like something.
Yeah, broke, because the idea of broken, it means it was fixed at one point.
Yeah.
But the idea was always.
Yeah, it's about making money. It's about keeping people of color down in the dirt, and free labor and
Keeping them in prison.
keeping them in prison. And I don't know.
Moving up in society.
So I feel like there's always opportunity to get out there and serve, help your community, help the people who are experiencing this, especially these 5 guys who were innocent had to experience a system that is really just soul crunching. And I just think that if you can get out there and help and support in any way you can, as simple as even signing a petition. Petitions are really helpful because petitions go out to senators. Senators see these petitions and see that these many people want to work on this area. So that's great. So if they have several petitions for different things, if they see one that has a lot of people, they will support that area of work. So sign petitions, people, especially now the petitions are online and they're like easy to sign.
I was signing like a lot of them about Linda Fairstein and Elizabeth.
Oh, what the hell's her name?
Yeah, I was signing all of them. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, fire her.
Give it a boot.
Like, there's a petition going out to like reopen cases from
Which
them,
is
which
one
I
of the
think they
petitions that we're
should.
going to link down below, so please look for that. And it's part of the organization that's called Justice League NYC, located right here in New York City. They're fighting the good fight, trying to support people, trying to really, like, I think they even back up the call to close Rikers, the prison Rikers, which has been a call for a while now. I think the mayor said that he was going to work on that, but you know how things go when it comes to the government working on things. It can take years, decades. So let's get on this fight. This is what this story was about. It's really, the story is a call to action, really. That's how I see this story. Like, if this shit does not move you, then something's wrong with you.
You're dead inside.
You definitely dead inside.
Yeah.
Get out there, do something, sign a petition, make a call, follow the news, follow
People,
Justice
like,
League NYC.
Yeah, follow them. Also, like white people and like non-black people, you should definitely watch this. Like, legit.
Right. Like what you said, it was an American story. The last one I remember you saying was that it was an American story.
Yeah, I think Ava talked about it. Like, often when you talk about certain stories that affect black people, you think about, oh, it's significant to us, but it really is like an American story, and every American should be involved in knowing about stories that happen.
Yeah. And I meant non-black people of color, like us. Like, you should watch it.
Right. So, thank you for watching. Thank you, Janae. You are totally
Thank you.
awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you
She's
so
the
much,
best.
guys, for
She has a
having me.
podcast. She don't know when she's taking home.
What's
I
the
don't
name of
know.
your podcast?
The name of the podcast is called Fractured Thoughts. We're coming back in July. We just don't know the date yet. So but we
Yes.
have Instagram to follow when we do.
What's the handle for the Instagram?
At Fractured Thoughts Podcast.
Follow them.
What are some of the topics you cover on the podcast?
We talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Current events. We used to have another one that we're mashing, so relationships, romance, whatever the president's doing. Hopefully not what the president's doing. So yeah, we would have definitely talked about this if we were on air.
Yeah.
So definitely reviews of the
I still
movies
say you
we
should review it later. If like if it's like more like stuff like that, then maybe you should. We get there.
And we definitely have these ladies on to do their amazing reviews and
when I get the chance.
When they get the chance. Keyword.
So
yes, follow them. Fractured Thoughts.
Yes, please. And subscribe to our channel if you like movie reviews.
Ring bell. Comments if you love the miniseries, liked it, whatever comments about it, or comments about us and our amazing smile. Okay,
all right,
everybody, let's do it.
Peace out.